The type tools in Photoshop, there's 4 of them. I'm going to go over all of them in this video. There's really 2 types of different type tools. You got the regular ones right here, horizontal and vertical. And then you got the type mask tools, horizontal and vertical. And they all have the same top options up here. So I'm going to go over that last. But first, the horizontal type tool. What you're going to do is click and drag and make a box. And it might be different if you have it set to point type. And I'm going to show you that in a little bit. But usually by default, this is how you do it. You make a box. And if you have lorem ipsum on, then it's going to have this placeholder text. And then what you'll do, you'll just type whatever. Right? I'm going to make it bigger. Now once you have it typed, there's a couple of things you can do. You can change settings over here in your properties panel. You can change it up here in your options. You can right click and there's some other options you can go over. Or you can click down here in the contextual taskbar and it has some other options. You got font, size, and color. Now if you go to try to change the color, say we pick red, you can see it didn't change. What you want to do is you hover over the text, and then when you got the typing icon, you just click and drag and highlight the text. Then when you come and click this, you can actually change it. Also guys, you can double click on the type layer, and it's going to open up the layer styles panel. And this is where you can really get into adding strokes, textures, glow. It's got color overlays, gradient overlays. You can add a drop shadow. I really like the drop shadow. If I shut the stroke off, turn the drop shadow on, you can turn it up, bring up the size a little bit, play around with these settings however you like. Say we still wanted a stroke also, and change the color of the stroke, maybe put it white. Bring the size down a little bit. And there you go. You got customized text. There's a lot more you can do in the layer style panel. I'm not going to go over everything in this video, but you can check out my layer style video and this breaks down everything for you. So that's the horizontal type. If I were to use the vertical type, it's exactly the same thing, except you make a vertical box. Type in what you want to type in, come highlight it, then you can turn the size down if you want. And it's the same, like I said, it's just the text is going vertical, not horizontal. After that, there's the type mask tools, and I'm only going to do the horizontal one. The vertical one is exactly the same, it's just going up and down. But when you do this, right, it's going to mask everything else out. You just type hello, say you want to turn it up a little bit, bring up the size. Then it's an active selection. So what you'll do is you'll come select whatever layer you want to mask, and then you'll click this create mask from selection. And when you do, you can see right here, your type is the mask now. You can still move it around. Right, and you see if I move this all the way over here, you see how this thumbnail is halfway not showing. It's because you're moving the whole layer, right? And like I said, this is just a mask. Alright, so now I'm going to show you these top options up here, and like I said, it's the same for every type tool. First, we got the presets. You can save a bunch of presets. That way you can get to that specific type in one click. This just toggles the text orientation. Then we got the fonts. You can select and choose different fonts. If you just hover over it, you can see a little sample of what it looks like. If you want to move your image a little bit to the side so you can see, make sure you have your layer selected. Then when you come down here, you'll see a little preview of it. After that, you can change the font style if there's one available. Then you got your size. Then there's the anti-aliasing method. 7 different options you can choose from. And that's just for smoothing edges. We got the alignment. You can align the text left, center it, or align it right. Usually I'm keeping it centered unless I'm doing like a paragraph or something. It's also got the color up here you can choose. Then you can also warp your text. When you click this, it opens up the warp text dialog box. And there's a lot of different warps you can choose from. Arc is one of the most popular ones. You can set the bend, the amount of bend, the distortion. You can bend it a lot, bend it a little, bend it the other way. Choose the distortion, horizontal and vertical. And last but not least, this just toggles the character and the paragraph panel. So if I click it, it'll open up this panel. I usually have these panels all on the right side anyway, so I never would have to click this, but you know, some people don't have these panels at the ready. They just click this to open it up. And that about does it for the type tools, guys. If you got any questions or comments, make sure to put them in the comment section below. I'll be sure to get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.